Oh man, we're going tiny. Can't tell, I've used 96. Tied 96 with just... This is a great hook. Now, all for giving credit where it's due. This is a fly fish food. I think Cheech is where I saw it. Putting the hook in the vise like that to put your bead on. Kind of whatever you want. I'm gonna go black. You get a little variation with the plastic beads some of the times. Oh, do I have one here? I do. Oh, it came apart. Sometimes they're stuck together, sometimes the holes. Man, my hands are a little on the ripped up side, so I'm using the... Oh, perfect. Two are kind of stuck, and I actually used one to guide that on. So you can put tungsten on this. At the end of the day, I'm typically, if I am nymphing, I'm dropping a piece of lead down there, or you know, like a heavy fly. And the smaller ones, like this, and this is the 16 emerger hook, but kind of the shank size, more of an 18, just for context on what a 22 is. I feel like I'm very, very handsy. There we go. Do we want auto? Do we focus? Do we want to focus? Yeah, I really can't tell. I'm looking at the preview on my computer. That's going to get old real fast, so we'll just start tying. A midge. Subspecies, zebra. Again, going with the if it ain't broke, and this one is not broke. Black and silver is just, I mean, that's always a safe bet. Brown and copper, olive copper, brown and olive. When that thread gets wet, it's black. I am using it's like a fun game. Definitely just knocked a, what was that, a fly? Hopefully it's a fly with some CDC on it so I can find it. Otherwise, oh yeah. So if you're having trouble, loosen up, then go tight. So the only really, wouldn't say requirement, but tying hygiene, start kind of down the bend a little bit. I like the curvier hooks for these things, but man, these little guys are just, they're everywhere, and they're in all shapes, and they're straight and they're curved, they're moving. But taper as you go up. And that head has some taper in it, just a plastic bead. And I just, because of the vise and the thread, it's really easy for me to, or it's easier to wrap these things if I get that vise turned, so I can see everything. If I were doing a speed time video, I would screw this up 50 times, but I could get it down to 20 seconds. I don't know about that. That's it. If you look under rocks, if you pump fish's stomachs, it's kind of the only two options for this. Looking at bugs on these tailwaters, upper South Holston, all the way down to the lakes, Watauga and the South Holston, you are going to see a lot of things that are really small and segmented, with a taper leading to a somewhat fat head. Or thorax at least. The head then peters out to nothing, so we don't really worry about that. You could even go a little Perdigon-y style and just cover this in UV. I think it takes away a little bit from the segmentation of it, the segmentation texture, but that UV gets over the copper. I'm not going to get into that. This is a simple fly. It doesn't need to be over-engineered. Zebra midge, plastic bead, olive, and copper. This is one with the plastic bead especially you can fish under a small CDC dry and not worry about having that dry get too sinky, get pulled down. In a size 22.